I am Violet Tara, Goddess of Forgiveness and Freedom, by Peter Mount Shasta. Developing compassion. The core of all spiritual practice is the development of compassion. Latin, com, with, pati, to suffer, meaning to suffer with. Christianity calls it charity, a word that originally meant expressing love rather than giving handouts. Buddhism calls it bodhicitta or bodhicitta, the desire of all beings to be free of suffering. The Tibetan core practice to develop compassion is giving and taking, Tibetan tonglen, experiencing others' suffering in your heart and giving back love. Before you begin advanced practices, tonglen is used to generate the right motivation. Without right motivation, you might find that you cherish your ego more than others, or begin feeling superior to others rather than loving them. Some beginners start feeling they are superior to others now that they are doing advanced practices. To avoid this self-cherishing, prostrations and tonglen are practiced. It is also why we dedicate the merit of our practice for the benefit of others. Since there are no others and all are aspects of oneself, when we say we take in the suffering of others and give back joy, this is all taking place within us. You are responsible for everyone. The other who is suffering is yourself. That is why Master Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you," for the other is you. This idea of oneness was beautifully expressed by the 16th century English poet John Donne. "Send not to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee." Giving and receiving, tonglen, begins with shamatha, observing your in-breath and out-breath. When you are calm and centered in the sensitive area in the center of your chest that we call the heart, actually beneath the sternum, think of someone or some group of people experiencing suffering. It could be a friend or someone you read about in the news. Imagine what they are experiencing physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Imagine you are there with them, that you are them. You feel what they are feeling. Think what they are thinking. It is very basic. Even if you are in the desert or in the mountains, you are connected with others through the etheric web. As you exhale, you feel love going out to them on your breath, like rays of light from the sun in your heart. As these rays enter their hearts, you bring them solace, freedom from suffering, peace, and freedom. As you inhale, you sense the suffering. As you exhale, you see the darkness within and around them dispersing and dissolving into light. In reality, there is no giving and receiving, for their suffering is your suffering, and your enlightenment is their enlightenment. Realizing that what affects you affects all grounds you in the reality of your purpose, who you are, and where you are going. Caution. Do not try to actually take on the suffering of others, for that can lead to taking on a condition you may not be able to transmute. This contradicts how tonglen is traditionally taught in some schools. Tibetan lamas imprisoned by the Chinese communists told me that his method of seeing the enemy as an aspect of yourself that needs to be transmuted saved them from despair and protected them from deeper psychological trauma. They felt the ignorance and cruelty of the guards, but instead of reacting with anger, they sent love in return. Thus, many of these lamas were able to avoid post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. This is no different than what Jesus taught. Love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, Bless those who curse you, and pray for those who mistreat you. Luke 27-29. To buy this and other books by Peter Mount Shasta, please see the links below, and do like, share, subscribe, and comment.